How's it going, guys? Today we are installing the APR Brake Cooling Kit for the 2018 and up STI. Now this kit is comprised of two different parts you can buy separately or together as a full kit. The first part is the carbon fiber inlet brake ducts. Now these are engineered to funnel in massive amounts of air using the Venturi effect. So when your speed increases, so does the amount of air that goes to your brakes and helps cool them down and keep them consistent lap after lap. Now these are made out of a pre-preg carbon fiber reinforced polymer composite, so they are super lightweight and strong, and they're finished off in a nice UV resistant coating to protect against the elements. And just like your paint, you want to take care of these once you've got them installed. Now the second portion is the rotor backing plates and hoses. These are also made out of, well, the backing plate anyway is also made out of carbon fiber, so we're keeping that weight down while making a nice jump in performance. Now we're not actually going to be installing this on our STI because it has the VRX body kit on there and this is not going to fit in there. So instead we're going to be installing it on our WRX. Now keep in mind this kit was made specifically for a stock 2018 and up STI. So since we're installing on the WRX and it has an AP Racing Big Brake Kit on there, there may need to be some changes. But if there is any changes, I'll make note of that in the video. Hopefully the backing plate doesn't need to be modified or anything like that. But like I said, if there's anything different, I'll let you guys know. And that being said, let's get this installed in the car. The first step is going to be getting the car up in the air, getting the wheels off, and removing the front bumper. Once that front bumper is off the car, we can install the inlet ducts. Go ahead and remove your OEM bezels, and this is going to slide right into place. You want to press in the outer portion first before you press in this side. And then once it's on there, we're gonna take a Sharpie and mark these two holes, remove the bezel, drill out those holes, and then you can install this using the included hardware. Once we have the inlet ducts installed, we need to remove the brake caliper and rotors to install the backing plates. Now, like I said, we've got the AP Racing Big Brake Kit on here, but the process is basically the same. There's just two bolts on the back that you need to remove. I've also unbolted the brake line to give us some more slack, so once I get the caliper off, I can put it on the lower control arm. So get these removed, and then we can install the backing plate. With all that out of the way, you're going to see that you have an OEM backing plate in this area here that we need to remove. There's just 3 bolts holding that in place, 1 up top and then 2 on the bottom. We're going to reuse 2 of those bolts to install the new backing plate. Now, we removed ours a long time ago, so I just need to install the new one. Luckily, I checked the clearance with the AP Racing Big Brake Kit and there is no issues, so I don't need to make any modifications to this, so we lucked out on that. I did have to drill out the 2 holes to accommodate the bolts that I'm going to be using since I don't have the OEM ones. But these are just going to thread right into place, and then we can put everything back together. The next thing we need to do is remove the windshield washer reservoir. So this, I believe, is just held in with 3 10mm nuts and bolts, 1 right here, 1 up top, and then 1 in the very back here. I do need to unplug the motor as well and unclip it. And then when you take this hose off here, the fluid is going to start coming out. So I just had an extra line laying around that I put in its place and clamped it off so none of that fluid continues to flow out. Ooh, I forgot a harness down here. There we go. So what you're gonna need to do is cut a hole in the splash guard right behind the fender liner in this area right here so the hosing can go into the engine bay area. And then you also need a hole cut right after so that it can come back inside the fog light area so that it can mate up with the inlet ducts. Once you have the holes cut in the splash guard, you can route the hosing and then get everything reinstalled. So the rotors, brake caliper, the windshield washer reservoir, and then I'm going to bolt the bumper back up, and then we can finish routing the hose to the inlet ducts. All right, so I've got the brakes reinstalled, the bumper is back on, and the hoses are all clamped to the inlet ducts. Now all that's left to do is to get the wheels back on the car, lower it to the ground, and check for any clearance issues. And if there aren't any, we are good to go. This is gonna be a great upgrade for those of you who take your car to the track to help control those brake temperatures and fight off that brake fade. If you wanna pick this kit up for yourself, I'll leave a link down in the description. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.